You've invested, managed your money wisely, and passing along an inheritance to your children is likely a reality. But this is where people mess it up, big time. Today we're going to discuss 5 mistakes to avoid when transferring wealth to your children. Hey there, it's Alex and Anthony from 1 Degree Advisors, and we help you gain confidence in your retirement. So Anthony, aiming to have a successful retirement is a common goal, and people work hard at this, and the success can be rewarding, but honestly, then what? I mean, having an estate plan in place is a good step, but it's not enough to just simply have legal documents in place. So today we want to talk about 5 mistakes to avoid when it comes to transferring wealth to the next generation.
That's right. And people work so hard to get towards retirement, get through retirement successfully. And then what's left over really just becomes an afterthought and it gets less attention. And then the second thing that often happens is people focus on the legal documents, which is good, but they become overly complicated and there's many things that get neglected.
Now, again, today we're going to go over 5 mistakes. These are 5 of the most common mistakes that we found, but if folks have other things that, again, they found in their own experiences in life, we'd definitely like to know in the comments down below. But let's get into it. The first mistake we have here is simply giving too much.
That's right. And money is a tool. It can be used for good or bad. The Heritage Institute did a deep dive study on inheritances, and they found that 90% of traditional inheritances fail within the first or second generation. What stood out from this study in terms of what made them fail was number 1, a lack of knowledge, or 2, a lack of preparedness by the next generation. Mm-hmm. And so children need to be prepared to handle money. It's obviously better if you can train your children when they're younger to manage money wisely, but even as they grow to be adults, encouraging them to work with a financial advisor, get their own house in order can have a tremendous effect when they do inherit some assets.
And all the money doesn't necessarily have to go to your children. I mean, you may choose to give some of that money to charity.
That's right.
And that can help you determine the correct amount, right? The correct amount to go to your children that's going to help them in life and not be a detriment. So mistake number 2 here is telling your kids how much they'll inherit.
Yeah, this is a bit delicate. I talked to our friend Stacy Denherter, who's an estate planning attorney, and some of the comments that she gave back were really good. I mean, when you talk too much about the amount that you're giving, you really get into the balances. I mean, it can remove the incentive for them to work. The amount could change. Mm-hmm. You start to spend money, whatever it means, the market goes down. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of things there. As parents, we could change our mind in terms of what we're giving. Perhaps we do want to give more to charity at some point. Like you said, when you create those expectations, then that's where the misalignment can come. Not only can it sow seeds of doubt, but there's often litigation that then creeps into an estate because those expectations are misaligned.
And Stacy did say that when a family is working through these transparent legacy transitions, it can make sense to become more transparent in that process, but it has to be a purposeful approach. And that's where sometimes we can help and come in. I mean, we're not estate planning attorneys. We're not going to draft the legal documents, but we do have a process called family legacy planning, and that helps facilitate those conversations to make sure that the next generation is prepared. Okay, let's go into mistake number 3 here, which is simply being unorganized.
That's right. So pretend you walk into a business and you're there to shop or be a customer. CEO walks out of the corner office and says, "You're in charge now, take over this business." I mean, you may know a little bit about what they do, maybe even how they do it. Some of your work experiences perhaps could trend over to where you're able to help, but trying to do that would be such a difficult process, and yet that's what we ask people to do, often children, is we pass away, then children walk into the situation, and they have no idea what's going on with their finances, and so it becomes really difficult. Well, what bills do I pay? Where are they even banking? Where do they have their accounts?
See that so often. The next generation has no idea even what mom and dad, let's say, have or had or where it's located, and then they'll get some random pieces of mail. Oh, geez, I don't remember seeing this bank account, or I didn't know dad had an account here, and you just start seeing all the stuff come in.
Yeah, so checking the legal box, do I have a will, a trust, an estate plan? That's good. But often just creating a summary that says, here's my financial life on paper, where to go for things can be really important. Now, with our clients, we give them a personal financial website. It helps to get everything organized. And a lot of our clients, they tell us, hey, I've given your business card just to my children. If something happens to me, go talk with 1 Degree and they'll help you organize it.
Now, again, let's go into mistake number 4, which is overpaying taxes. Now, the lifetime estate tax exclusion before you end up paying estate taxes is over $12 million a person. At least that's what the law currently is. And this could change. We'll see if that potentially changes with the sunset here at the end of 2025. But you should definitely have a plan for this, and you don't want to get hammered with taxes. Now, for the majority of people, if it's not the estate tax that's going to be the issue, it's going to be income taxes, which is going to be an issue.
And people ignore this side of the planning because certain assets pass tax-free. They have just a good tax character as they're passed along. Something like an IRA, I pass that to my children. Well, it can still be taxable to them.
Yep.
So when you sit down and you plan everything, you say, well, okay, I want like life insurance or maybe real estate that has a step up in cost basis to go to children. If I am giving to charity, perhaps you give the IRA, which is taxable, to charity because they can then sell it tax-free, whereas your kids would pay tax on it.
And again, that's where being intentional is just so important. And last year we have mistake number 5, which is really emphasizing the money over the relationship when it comes to leaving an inheritance.
That's right. So we talked about how money can be harmful. We unfortunately get to see where money just breaks relationships. So whether it's parents to children, sibling to sibling, communication really becomes quite key here, and making sure that you get the proper counsel. This is where good objective advice can help you think through some of these things, and then being able to communicate the right things with your children.
Absolutely. And we did recently make a video on how to gift money to your children or the next generation without having to pay any tax. We recently made that video. Folks can watch that above. Once again, this is Alex Okagawa with 1 Degree Advisors. And if you'd like to learn how we can help you with your retirement and passing assets and a legacy to the next generation successfully, visit our website at onedegreeadvisors.com/get started.